So here we are, it's the Christmas holidays. I know just around the Thanksgiving holiday, we saw a spike in positivity rates. And so one of the messages that we've shared as a district is to ensure that folks are really being cautious. Now that we are getting ready to celebrate during the Christmas holidays, we have over-indexed on our message around the 3 W's. Watch your distance, wear your mask, wash your hands. What additional sort of guidance would you give to members of the community as they are getting ready to sort of celebrate with friends and families during this really busy time?
Well, I definitely want to provide recognition to the fact that at the Thanksgiving holiday, there were certainly circumstances that resulted in, with people getting together, that resulted in a spike in the number of cases, people testing positive, and then subsequently the requirement of certain individuals for hospitalization. So in other words, Thanksgiving and the gatherings associated with that, with families and friends, did result in an impact in higher number of cases and then higher number of hospitalizations in the community. We want to learn from that experience and apply that to the upcoming holidays. So what I would say is, please continue to treat this virus seriously and how that it can easily spread amongst even small groups. So if people are planning to get together, and I respect that desire to do so during the holiday season, I would still strongly recommend to keep the groups, the size of the groups, as small as possible. And use the practices as you just alluded to. It is still okay to use your mask in your home or in the home of where you go. Still try to keep distance to more than 6 feet. And then be very attentive to really what happens during gatherings is that you eat and drink together. So please consider doing those kinds of things, eating and drinking, further away from one another. Because of course you have to have your mask down when you're eating and drinking. So if it's possible, based on households and setups where people gather, try to separate into different rooms at the time you actually eat. Again, the recommendation is to not get together.
Yes.
But if you are getting together, please continue to use the practice that are expected of us, of wearing masks, washing your hands, using sanitizers, have it readily available, and keep your distance between one another for people that don't live together,
Yes.
more than 6 feet.
Thank you. It's really helpful to hear that recommendation coming from someone who's on the front lines every single day. And it really aligns in a strong way to the governor's recommendation of no more than 10 persons in a room. Again, and the message, the underlying message, the common denominator is keep those gatherings really small if you absolutely have to gather.